rehearsal or text or anything else I received, I thought I may just share with you a small insight out of my own kind of upbringing and what happened to me. And I think a very, very decisive moment in my life where I did realize, that if you are truly passionate about what you do, this is the right way, the right path, and you'll be successful. So as mentioned, I come from Austria, and I spent some years studying abroad. One of those, I happened to be an exchange student actually at the University of New Orleans. This was in my mid-20s. So I was still trying to finish my first master's degree. And as I had always, next to studying, I was always working. I mean, I think I did the amount of internships and stuff I did, ranging from not just hospitality or, working in hotels, but also, catering services and marketing and insurance companies. And I think I also found myself at McDonald's for a month at some stage. So I did all kind of stuff. Anyway, so when I went to the US, I wanted to obviously work as well next to my studying there. I found a job, but you could only work as a student on campus. So I found a position as I can't recall exactly how the advertisement was called, but basically I thought it was about data analytics, right? And was applying at that, was supposed to be the marketing department. And so was very proud, after some interviews, to finally receive a job that came with a $6.50 kind of hourly rate. So in today's world, quite low, but anyway, as a student, every dollar, every cent counted, so fair enough. And so off I went, and after the first couple of weeks, however, I had to realize what I thought was data analytics was actually probably not really the right description of the job. It really was more to be meant data entry, right? So I was kind of finding myself sitting in front of the screen and being asked to enter all kind of data, always being promised, at some stage I'll do something more analytical side, and it never just seemed to happen. And then, as things go, if you're not passionate about something, I kind of lost interest. And the quality of work I would produce just wasn't, that's quite just up to, my potential, let's say. So about a month, not even, I think, into it, the manager who actually hired me came along to me and, sat down with me, and she said, what is the issue? And I said, listen, I just, maybe it was my mistake, but I had understood this job to be something different than it turned out to be. And she says, well, the problem is that's the only role, that's the only position that we have available. But I do understand that, it's not really your forte, or it's not really what you're enjoying doing. So, if you don't mind, I would actually like you to maybe look for something else. So here I'm sitting, I'm like, seriously, this is the first time that I'm basically being fired on a job that I didn't even like. Anyway, so I'm like, okay. So, and then I ask her, so do you want me to finish today? And she's like, yeah, just finish today, but then you don't have to come back. So I'm like, okay, fine. So here I am, leaving the department, going outside, and the campus of the University of New Orleans is quite big. So anyway, I get on my bicycle, drove around towards direction home. And as I was passing by, there was something called the conference center. Now, I always enjoyed, people notice by now, anyway, I always enjoyed the whole setting up conferences and the hospitality and the catering. That's something maybe, whatever, from as an Austrian, is in my veins, in my blood, but that's something that I genuinely enjoy doing. So me being me, I thought, well, I have nothing to lose. I stopped the bicycle, I went inside, went into the office, and I asked them, here I am, I just, I didn't say I was fired, I just finished my job on the other side of the university, in the other department. Are there any openings? And she looked at me and she's like, yeah, funny enough, we may have something for you, come back tomorrow. Anyway, so I came back next day, they engaged me then, and long and short, they then asked me to set up or to organize for the next 6 months. I was busy organizing a conference called the Marshall Plan Conference, which is something that I thoroughly enjoyed. It was, Marshall Plan, as people may be familiar with, was the program that US had set up after World War II for Europe, the help effectively in order to make the European economy growing again. And so, I was able to set up things, set up the event, the venue, make sure that the right people would be invited, speakers, all the rest of it. Now, that as such was already great because, I still made the same amount of money, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself, felt so much better. So here we go. And, people saw, very, very soon I was able to manage other people. So, I kind of started to accelerate in this job. Now, The best part, however, is yet to come. So on the day of the conference, I was being asked, because I'd organized it, and there was a couple of Austrian professors as well. Anyway, I was asked to join that table at the gala dinner, which I did. And in the course of that evening, they actually mentioned to me whether I was aware that there is a scholarship to Harvard that some Austrian kind of students could be applying for. Now, obviously, at that stage, I had no idea. I was mid-20s. I thought no, but at least I kept it in my mind. And now, fast forward, I finished those. Well, I went afterwards to France, finished the studies. About 2 years later, when I decided I had finished my master's, I had worked with McKinsey, and I decided I actually would like to get an MBA, a proper master. I then decided to go back, contact those people again, and figure out more about this scholarship, which I then another 2 years later, age 28, received. So after having gone through a lot of competition, obviously, but received, and I was able to attend Harvard, on a scholarship basis. So just to show you, right, from what started off as being, I thought the first time that I was fired from anything, to probably the best thing that really could have ever happened in my life, because otherwise, if you look at the consequences of it, I would probably never have attended Harvard. So long and short of it. So all of this to say, feel passionate about what you do, and if there's something that you don't like, then please speak up and let us know, because there's nothing worse than just wasting your own time. And those of your colleagues, if you're not happy with what you're doing, or if you continuously encounter problems, we are trying, as I said before, we're trying to set up a very caring culture for everybody, men as well as women. And I think if we think about making the day-to-day job a bit more pleasant, by allowing people to do what they're really good in, and if they have some issues, helping them out, I think we all end up at a much better place. So here we are. Probably not your usual International Women's Day speech. Sorry for that, but I thought I try to not just focus on women, which hopefully we do appreciate, as I said, with our corporate culture already anyways, but to give a bit of a glimpse as well, and hopefully some level of aspirations to just make sure that you're pleased and happy with what you do. And if so, then please let us know, and we're obviously very happy to accommodate things.